It was here, on the slopes of Mount Doom, that the Dark Lord Sauron was defeated by a last alliance of men and elves.
Shadow of Mordor has been out for 3 years now, but it's still a great game, so with Shadow of War looming in 3 months, I decided to go back and revisit it. And it's still as beautiful and great as it was when I first played it 2 or 3 years ago. The story is just so dark. With Talion and Celebrimbor fighting to get revenge on what was taken from them in their respective lives. It's a dark and gruesome story, sometimes darker than the movies. But it's so well scripted and so well done. And the voice acting in particular is of great mention, because a lot of these games never really seem to get it right, with Rocksteady's Batman probably being the only major exception in the action-adventure genre, but this just absolutely nails it in every department.
If what you say is true, then how do we break this curse?
We find the one who cast it on us. The Black Hand of Sauron.
But it's not just the voice acting, obviously. The gameplay just is so solid. Normally with games like this, when you're doing your sort of rhythmic, violent swordplay or brawling, you get frustrated because the buttons don't quite work the way you want them to, and you're practically pushing the counter button with nothing happening. That doesn't feel the case here. Everything seems to click in a way you want it to. But when you scrape all the layers down, you've also got things like the Nemesis system and every Uruk having a personality.
Men shall extinguish itself in a mighty blaze.
And it's also the fact that any Uruk can be a captain or a war chief. And every time you take one out, you then get one extra space on the Nemesis system, which still hasn't been bettered to this day. And it keeps you coming back because the game never really ends, because you're always slaying new captains and new war chiefs, which you meet through feasts, through random acts of rioting and other things. I mean, you've got 2 of them pairing together here, but you can also summon them on their own, albeit they have big captain bodyguards deciding to show their face.
I'd long to kill you and your pathetic little mob.
But what I also love are the facial animations. The facial animations in this game are just absolutely top notch. And graphically, for a 3-year-old game, it still looks great. Sorry, I just had to stop. A choral group singing Kaka just is quite funny. But it does everything that some games have done before, but it does it in such a way that you want to come back for more of it. I've got a bone to pick with some of the NPCs, in particular the stupid Scottish little dwarf. Well, I say Scottish, he's fake Scottish. It's like, oh, hello there, I'm from Hollywood. I can talk proper Scottish. It's like, no. It's like Christopher Lambert Highlander. It's nonsense. Get a proper Scottish actor, for God's sake. Anyway, that's just a small minor point on what is an absolutely fantastic game. And I truly cannot wait to see what Monolith have got in store for us in August with Shadow of War vs. Ugly Head. And we get to finally get our revenge on the Black Hand's daddy. So I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too.
He has returned to Mordor. Shadow and flame have fallen on the Black Gate, and no mortal man can stand in its path.